welcome. I'm really
Hey,
looking forward. We have a very interesting guest on tonight. We have with us Jason Howard, the Carpenter, and much, much more. So before we bring on Jason, there's a reason why you're tuning in tonight. And everything happens for a purpose. And I believe Jason is going to talk a little bit about purpose and his ministry and how did God lead him to his purpose and what did he have to do to surrender his will to allow God's will to take forth. Welcome, Jason.
hey, thanks for having me, Mr. Greg.
Are you excited?
You can't see it, but inside I'm jumping for joy.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about yourself, if you may.
53 years old. Been working since I was 13, so I've got a lot of years on the grindstone.
Yes.
And just want to be of a good service to people and more than just a laborer.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You call yourself everyone's mentor. And I thought about that title before we went on the air, and I said, you know what? Jesus himself was not everyone's mentor because they rejected him. Why are you different? Why did you name your show Everybody's Mentor?
See, they will reject me too, because the one who came before me was also rejected. But the reason why I came out as everybody's mentor is because I looked around at a kind of a hopeless place, and seemed to me that nobody believed in anybody anymore. And I wanted to try to maybe give people someone to believe in. And it's hard for people to go to people they know and talk to them about any of their issues. So I'm outside the circle. Therefore, I'm not judgmental. I'm not pointing finger. I'm not pointing blame. See a problem. I'm a solution.
Wow. Let me ask you this, Jason. Were you always like that? Or did you have to learn certain lessons to surrender to become non-judgmental?
First, none righteous, no, not one. So I, as a filthy rag, as many, I just wanted to have change in my life. In 2007, my little girl invited me to go to a play at a VBS, Vacation Bible School. And without her finishing the statement, I said yes. She said, but it's at a church. I said, I don't care where it's at. You're in it. During the time we spent at that church, I saw something and felt something in me that told me that I belonged there.
Ooh.
Not long after, I was led to the Lord. So 8807, Jesus entered into my heart, although I know he was always there. And I have testimony that I've written down that because I know the Lord, he challenged me to find him throughout my life. And I have documented 8 or 9 times where I believe Lord was here in my life, keeping me alive because I had a bigger purpose. And the other thing is, I studied the Bible so I could show myself true. I didn't study the Bible to be a boaster or a puff myself up or a bragger. I wanted to be able to figure out how this biblical map pertained to me and how it could help my family, and then how I could help many others. 2018, I started a severe personal development, studying the mentors, trying to find a mentor. And I feel like there isn't a mentor out there that's calling up the mentee and asking, how are you? Now, we all know it only takes a few seconds to make a phone call. You could hit 100 of your mentees in a day if you want to. And you could hit 100,000 if you're live. You could hit 1 million through email. I mean, the odds are endless. So I wanted to be everybody's mentor because I know everyone needs somebody that they can turn to. Everyone needs someone to rely on, and everyone needs hope.
Very interesting. Very heartfelt, Jason. I'm going to go back here for a moment. You mentioned that Jesus entered your heart. For someone who's a non-believer, what was that experience like for you?
Well, as a child, we did dabble in church. Now, it was mostly funeral and Easter, and one other reason occasionally, but not a regular time. So although I've heard about Jesus and the Lord and God, I didn't know him in my heart. I didn't study the word. I didn't read the Bible. I didn't go to regular church. And the moment that I got saved, I didn't change. It's not an instantaneous. It's just it takes time. It's like a good cup of coffee. It's got to brew. So as I meditated year after year after year after year on the Lord, on the Word of God, I began to change myself. And it took a little time because, mind you, after a while, everyone will know my story to the in-depth of it. What I can tell you is that joining a church and finding the Lord at 34 years old, I was already 34 years behind. So I wasn't going to change 34 years of behavior and habitual habit in only a short time. It took a lot of read-throughs of the Bible. And like I said, in 2018, I really started to change the way I talk, the way I walk, how I stood. And that's when I think the Lord really started to take a hold because he saw genuine effort in what I was trying to do. And during 2018, 2019, into 2020, 21, there was mentors that would say that they were a mentor, but they were in mentor in word only. They wasn't mentor in direction, in attitude, in responsiveness. Because as a mentor, if you contact me through text, email, or phone call, I'm going to get right to you because you're important. What's on your mind can't wait. It might be saving your life, answering the telephone, sending a quick "how do you do" in a text message could change your life. So that's why I want to be everybody's mentor. And the feeling of God when I got saved, like I said, brewed like coffee, and now is percolates on a daily basis where I can feel the presence of the Lord. I know that he's with me. I know that he's in my heart. I know that he controls all the things because I be still and I wait.
Sounds like a very interesting and inspiring testimony, Jason.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really listening to you. And not only am I grateful to have you on your broadcast because you have some good news to share with the listeners and viewers a little later on about your media network and what you're going to be doing soon. But on another note, you're a very good carpenter because my mom hired you, and we also had a friend, a close friend of ours, that hired you, and they were very, very honored and they appreciated the type of work that you did, that you do now, being a carpenter. You know who else was a carpenter?
Yes.
So do you think when you have Jesus in your life that your character begins to change to model who he is?
I'm not sure that anyone can be Jesus or
No.
even come
Let me
close
let
to
me help
the way.
let me
But
help
I'll
you with that, Jason.
tell you,
One moment. Not to interrupt. Let me be clear, because that could be a very, very, we need to go over that one more time. I said to
yeah,
be in his image. I didn't say to be him, but
yeah,
we're made in his image.
absolutely. So I don't live my life trying to be image of Jesus. I try to live my life every single day to not be who I used to be. I want to wake up every day changed. Every morning is new breath, new sight, new touch. And if I'm coming close to how Jesus's image is, that's in other people's eyes and opinion. And I'll just keep doing the best I can.
You're doing great, but I do want to share something with you. In the word, the Bible, it does say, written clearly, that we are made in his image and likeness.
That's
So
right.
our desire, as we draw closer to him, there's certain things that will start to appear. And I'm thinking of Galatians chapter 5, Jason. It's about the fruit of the Spirit. And those fruits are love, joy, peace, gentleness, goodness, self-control, long-suffering. So as we draw closer to him, and it's a good thing, we're going to be able to have his same character. So that's our goal, because sometimes, and I like this, I hear it often, they say sometimes the only Jesus that people may see in this world is us.
Is you. That's right.
So continue, Jason. What's on your heart?
Well, I'm going to read off my phone, so forgive my nodding of my head if I do, but I wanted to let you know there's a why and there's a what.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the why is that I've been looking around for a long time and I see no hope in people's eyes. There ain't a lot of smiles on people's faces. There's a lot of griping and a lot of worry. There's a lot of misunderstanding and there's a lot of insecurity. I just think people feel hopeless. The what is helping bring hope to people across the world. And I will do this through motivation, dedication, and of course, it's going to require a lot of meditation. But I met the Lord in August 8th, 2007. And ever since that day, I've been searching for where he was in the past, where with me, where was he my whole life? And I have, well, it's not with me, but you can stay tuned because I have a story that I will tell, and it's going to show you where God was throughout my whole life. But the reason why I started everybody'smentor.com is I wanted to be able to reach as many people as there are stars in the galaxy. And I know, being genuine, explaining my story and all the situations that I've been in my life, that there's people out there that could relate to me and can see my struggle and have felt their own struggle and would look for a road out. And hopefully something that I say in one of my motivations would be to enlighten someone and open their heart and their mind to, wow, this guy can do it. Maybe I can do it too.
Wow. Hey, Jason, who wrote that?
I did.
What?
Yeah. I write all my own stuff.
Did it come from your heart?
Yep.
I felt it.
If we have time, Mr. Greg, I will get my pad. I believe it's right there. and I will read a little story that I wrote and I just added to it the other day. I'll have to disappear from the camera, but I'll be right back.
We have 20 minutes. Is that good?
Yes, sir.
And once again, we have with us Jason Howard. And I believe Jason is going to have a very inspiring broadcast. He's a real person, hard worker, and he's a person that I believe is very, very likable and honest. So go ahead there, Jason.
How many times God was there before I knew him? I know for sure in the womb, he was there with me, the Lord. A smoking mom and dad, a drinking dad, and I was already disadvantaged. Born with nicotine and alcohol in my blood, genes, and DNA. But
Yeah.
he was there. And here I am. I know God was with me during a fire. My mother had me in her arms and was running to a mill fire. I thought for sure that she was running to put me in the fire. I was in fear, crying and pleading for her to put me down. And still she was running. Well, she got her foot stuck in the mud, and I dropped from her arms and ran back towards my house. I know God got her foot stuck in that mud because here I am. Abandoned by my mom while my dad was away at work, I ended up in a hellhole. There were older boys there, and one day one pushed me into the bushes and held a huge flat rock over my head while his foot was on my stomach. Something spooked him. He dropped the rock and ran away. I know God was there because here I am. And there may be other times. These are the ones that stand out strong. Number 4, climbing a tree when I was 12. I got to the tippity top and I saw another tree top just a short swing away. And I threw myself to the next tree like a monkey. I'm swinging as the tree swayed back and forth and back. The tree did sway, my right foot and right arm reaching way out. I was about to let go and catch that other treetop. The branches under me, left foot snapped. I went down, kind of folded, looking up, hands out front and my legs toward the sky. I landed at the bottom, 40 feet from the top, in a basket of branches that had been broke off on my way up. They were in my way. You see, I snapped off all the branches and God wove them into a basket 3 feet off the ground, all in a V, in a large V-shaped branch. It was bouncing like a spring when I landed. I laid in that branch hammock, collecting my thoughts, and I rolled out of the basket of branches onto the ground, landed on all fours, hands and knees. I looked up to see a snapped off, sharp pointed 3 foot off the ground tree stump. I could have landed on that, but God was there. I know because here I am. Life isn't always about us. We need to think of others. We need to help others. I believe we are called to make our stories known so that others can be healed also. Number 5, I survived many beatings by the hands of my old man. I know God was there because here I am. 16 years old, I crashed my beloved Grand Prix going 80 miles an hour. I hit the brakes too hard and slid off the road into a pole. The car was airborne. The undercarriage had a basketball-shaped smash real deep, but the header of the driver's door, you know, the part at the top of the window, right where the door closes, was about the size of a dime. I got a fat lip and crushed pride, but didn't die because God was there. I know because here I am. Now I am in my 20s. My life has no direction. I was being all kinds of wild, not caring about much when I walked into an establishment and saw the most beautiful girl in the world. who is now my wife, I know God was there because 21 years later, I am still here. When was God there for you? And you didn't even give it a thought. Maybe you can see the God in your life now that I shared my God story. And not for self-recognition, but to shine on God. He and He alone is the miracle. I am just a testimony. I know because here I am. I was supposed to read that last because in 1987, I was walking around an iron gate at Jenks Park in Central Falls. My foot slipped and I went down and slammed my tailbone on one of the blunt spikes. This monument starts out ground level on one side, and the side, that's the side you enter from. And on the far side, it drops down to a field about 30 feet below. On the side I was walking, there is a tree. Right after the tree, the drop is great. I fell at that tree. I fell. If I fell any further on that gate, I would have maybe been dead or seriously injured. And I know God was there because here I am.
Jeez, Jason. I didn't know you had that in you.
Yeah, I do a lot of writing. Yep.
I'm very proud of you, Jason.
Thank you so much.
You believe I mean it?
I know you mean it. I feel it when you talk, Mr. Greg.
No, I really, hey, you just inspired me with your testimony. And
Wow.
you know why I really enjoyed it? It was unique. The way that you delivered it, I mean, it was different. And that's part of who you are because you'll honor that side of you. So I thank you for sharing, Jason.
Oh, you're very welcome.
What would you like to share with the listeners now? We have about 10 minutes. And if you may, could you share your website once again? Or when will your website be ready?
The first Monday of the new year, you can go on Everybody's One Mentor YouTube. There will be a Monday morning motivation video uploaded on there. That same video will be uploaded to TikTok. The same video will also be able to be on everybody'smentor.com. And I'm doing this because I want people to have options. Some people don't go on YouTube. Some people don't go on TikTok. Lots of people go on .com. And I have a great inspiration in Les Brown. And I know there's greatness in me because he told me there's greatness in you. And that when you want something bad enough, you're going to fight for it. You're going to work day and night for it. You're going to give up your time, your peace, your sleep for it. All that you... Anyway, I know it. It's just pinching me right now because it's his words.
Yeah,
and he inspired me so much that I know he spent 14 years going to see Zig Ziglar and all these motivational speakers, and he sat in the parking lot wondering how. The how is none of my business. I just need to do it.
Boy, I'm looking forward on Monday going to your YouTube channel to see what message that God has placed in your heart Monday, Jason. Please repeat that YouTube channel again, please.
It is called Everybody's One, the number one, Mentor YouTube.
Hey, Jason, I must share, because you mentioned that you're a mentor and mentors we're always teachable, but we're always growing.
Yeah.
I could see from the last time you was on with us till now, you've grown and you articulate your words so much clearer.
I've been practicing.
Wow.
You have to hone everything you do. You see, there is a true statement that I heard a little while ago and said, you're not going to get the thing you want because you are not ready. And that means you need to be prepared because you don't know when it's going to be. It could be tomorrow. And if you're not prepared, you could forget it because you're going to get on that stage and there's going to be 30,000 people staring at you and you're going to choke. You just blew your opportunity.
Jason Howard, you have 20 seconds. You have 20 seconds right now to give a speech from your heart. Please go, Jason.
To everyone listening, I just want to be your mentor. I've quit everything that you could possibly quit. I've been through so much different trauma and drama. I know how to handle it. I can take you from where you are now to a wonderful place in your journey in your life. You don't have to stay on the same path you're on. You can change your path every single day because every single day is new. All you got to do is find some hope, and the hope is here in everybody's mentor.
And who's your source for hope? Who is your source?
God and Jesus in the Bible.
There you go. That is so important. So I want to thank you there, Jason.
It's here.
Look at that.
God's daily scripture.
Look at you, Jay. Hey, Jason, you mind if I hang out with you sometime?
You can anytime you want.
I can learn from you.
I can learn a lot more from you also.
There you go. It's a win-win, Jason. And all kidding aside, I'm really thankful. You did a great, great job, and you look good. And let me ask you, what size is that flannel shirt?
That's a large.
Oh, geez.
I grew into it.
I like that shirt.
Oh, thanks. I'll be looking forward, Mr. Greg, to the day I can carry Eagle with No Wings' books into the place for her.
Well, Jason, will you come back
Miss
very
you,
soon?
Wanda.
Yeah. Will you come back soon, Jason?
Anytime you'll have me.
You're not kidding.
Anytime you'll have me.
Well, you did a wonderful job, and I believe you touched many's heart, Jason, and I know God's proud of you.
Well, I thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure, and I enjoy telling my story.
Well, you're in my prayers, Jason, and God has a wonderful purpose for you. You're walking right in it.
You, Miss Rebecca, and all of the people of the world are in my prayers, Mr. Bank on it.
Yep. Can you hold on after the broadcast for 2 minutes?
It will.
Thank you,
You
Jason.
know one thing, you can love complete strangers, Mr. Greg. You don't need to know a person to have a feeling in your heart for somebody.
That's right.
Yep. Too many people don't know that trick.
Is it a trick?
No, it's a feeling.
Okay,
It's
Jason. Go ahead.
See it.
Go ahead.
It's a way of living. It's a way to be, mister.
Well, maybe you could share some examples so we could learn from you.
We'll love to do that. Thank you so much.
May God continue to bless you, Jason.
Thanks for listening to everybody's mentor.